Hi guys, so today I want you to open up to page 298 in your math journals, 298. On the top of it, you should have lesson 11.5 areas of a rectangle. This is kind of a review for us because we have been working on area and perimeter. So on page 298, number 1 says write a formula for the area of a rectangle. In your formula, use A for area, use L and W for length and width, or B and H for base and height. So if you guys don't remember, area equals base times height or length times width. So right here, you need to write A equals B, and then just use like the little X for times, and H for height, or area equals length times width. They're the same thing, remember. So you need to have area equals base times height, or you need to have area equals length times width right there, okay? Then number 2 says draw a rectangle with sides measuring 3 centimeters and 9 centimeters. So what you're gonna need to do down here is you're gonna need to draw a rectangle. This side is gonna be 3, your width or your height, and then your length or your base down here is gonna be 9. Then after you draw your rectangle here, you're going to write a number model to find the area. So you're going to write area equals what times what, and then here you're going to write your answer. I'm not going to tell you the answer because you can figure that out. But remember that area is always base times height. Okay, then number 3, it says find the height. So it actually gives you the area and it gives you the length, and you need to find the height. So here you're going to have a number model that should say 56 divided by 7 equals, and then your answer's here. So here you're going to have 56 divided by 7 equals, and then you need to write out the answer. Then you're going to write the answer here again. Height, how many meters is it going up? You have to figure that out. Same thing for number 4. It gives you your area and it gives you your height. Now here you need to find your length or your base. So your number model here is going to be 84 divided by my 12 equals what? And you're going to need to figure that out, the length of the base. So you need to figure out your answer here and then put it down here again. Okay, next, try this. Find the area of the rectangle. This one's going to be a little bit different. In order to find the area here, your number model obviously is going to be, so your base is 11.3, so 11.3 times your height is 5 equals. And some of you are going to be like, well, I have no idea how to do that. Up here, what I want you to write out is you're going to have 11.3, but you're going to just forget about the decimal for a second. And then you're going to do 11.3 or 113 times 5. Draw your line here. Figure out what that is, your answer, and then you're going to add your decimal 1 spot to the left to your answer when you're done figuring out what that is. For this one, it's a little bit different. It says find the height. So it gives you the area, gives you the base or the length. You need to find the height. So you're going to be dividing here again. 403 divided by 26 equals, and you're going to have to write that out over here. You're going to have to write 403. Then you're going to have to do your divide sign. You're going to divide that by your 26. You're going to have to figure out, okay, how many times can 26 go into 40? Subtract, pull down your 3, and figure out your answer, okay? Then when you're done with that page, I want you to go down to the next page, 299. And here it says, what's the total number of cubes needed to completely fill the box? We're not going to do that one. We're just going to skip over that one, so just draw an X through it, okay? Then number 2, it says calculate the volume. So for this one, you need to figure out what the volume is. If you do not remember, you need to go back in your Math MCA packet. In your Math MCA packet, I told you to just times the length, times the width, times the height, okay? So here, what you're going to have to figure out is, let me move this up a second. 25 times 35 times 35. So you're going to have to do two separate problems. So first you're going to have to figure out 25 times 35s, figure out what that is. Then whatever your answer to that is, you're going to times it by 35. And that will be your answer. It's going to be a big number. Okay, so that's how you figure out the volume of this cube. You just times the 3. Okay. Next, when you roll a 6-sided die, okay, think you have a dice in your hand, about what fraction of the time would you expect a multiple of 2? If you do not know what a multiple of 2 is, you need to look it up in your Math MCA packet. Okay, then you need to figure out, okay, what's a factor of 20? If you don't remember what a factor is, you need to go look those up. Okay, number 4, we're going to skip. So I just want you to cross that out. We're going to go down to 5. You're going to add these up. So if you have negative 54 and a positive 28, you're going to have to figure out how many more negatives you have. And in order to do that, for this one, you are going to take 54 minus 28. And that will give you your answer, but you still need to figure out the answer. Then for this one, negative 62 plus negative 15. So you need to figure out how many total negatives you have. So for this one, you're going to do 62 plus 15, and then your answer is going to be negative something. You need to figure out how many negatives you have there. For this next one, negative 139 plus a positive 51. So you're trying to figure out how many more negatives you have than positives. So for that one, you are going to take 139 minus 51 to figure that one out, equals. And then your answer is going to be negative because there's way more negatives than positives here. For this one, negative 2356 plus positive 8745, you're figuring out how many more positives we have because this positive is bigger than this negative. So for this one, you are going to do 87.45 minus 2356, and your answer will be positive. For the next one, 7108 plus a negative 85, so there's a little bit more negative than positive here, so we need to figure out how much. So you're going to do 8579 minus 7108, and your answer is going to be negative because you have more negatives here than positives. Okay? Let's see if I can move that down for you. Move maybe. There we go. Okay. All right. Right here, if 4 shirts cost $76, what's the cost of 2 shirts? So you're going to have to take 76 divided by 2 to figure out how many 2 shirts would be for that one. For 6 shirts, well, if I know 4 equals 76, whatever you get here is 2 shirts. So your answer here, you're going to times it by 3 here. Then, if you have a dozen, well, I know 4 is a third of a dozen, so I'm going to take 76 times 3 to figure that one out. Then 75, ooh, that one, you're going to have to take 76 divided by 4 to figure out how many 1 is. And then, whatever that is, you're going to have to take that answer over here. I'll just put a space. Ooh, just put a space here. You're going to have to times it by 75, and that will give the answer. So this one's a 2-step problem. First, you have to do 76 divided by 4. You have to do that down here. And then that answer times 75 will give you the answer to that one. Okay? Then I'm going to have you skip to page 302. 302. Let's see here. I might have went too far. Yep. 302. All I want you to do on page 302 is the last 2. You do not do any of this up here. Cross it out. Okay? I want you to do just the bottom 2. Okay, and remember, all you're doing is timesing the sides. So on page 302, you're only doing 6 and 7. And it says number model. how would you find the volume of this? If you're just timesing the 3, all you're doing is 2 times 3. Come on. It's being kind of slow, sorry. 2 times 3 times another 3. That's what you're figuring out for the volume of that one. Then you're going to put your answer here too. For this one, you're doing the same thing. 8 times 10 times 2. So all you're writing is 8 times 10 times 2 equals, and once you figure that out, you got to put it down here as well. And that's all we are doing in our math journals today.